Hello, Aries. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using The Art of Love Tarot by Denise Jarvie. I think that's how you say that. Artwork by Tony Carmine Salerno. Website, I think, is at the bottom. No, it's on the back. Yeah. Website is blueangelonline.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you're interested. There's the full text if you're interested in it too. Freeze frame and have at it if you're interested. Okay. Supportive oracle cards, if I can put that down, are Oracle of Shadow and Light by Lucy Cavendish. Artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Website, there is one. I think it's at the bottom. Yep. teen.simonandschuster.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you're interested. I wasn't very warm to this one at first, but it's kind of growing on me. I'm starting to really like it, so maybe the timing is just right for this one. Hopefully you like it too. What do we have for Aries? We got a lot right there. That's 3 cards. It's not that bad. Let's get there when we get there. Okay. So, that's fun. I haven't seen that one before. That's pretty. Okay. It's starting with whatever's around you. Okay. Lady with a Bosch egg. Ancient Wisdom, and the Moon. The Moon card talks about Pisces sometimes, doesn't have to. There is something around you. Somebody's trying to give you a heads up about what's coming. Somebody's trying to give you a heads up. They're letting you know that, you know, when you start off on this journey, if you go down this road, at first it's a lot of fun. But if you don't have your ducks in a row and you don't keep on point, it can quickly go to chaos. And when that chaos happens, it's not very fun for long. So they're trying to give you a heads up about what they see coming. It could be more of a psychic thing, because the Pisces card is there. Pisces tend to be psychic. Water signs tend to be psychic, just to be fair. I'm saying that as Pisces. And there's different ways to be psychic. You know, doesn't have to mean that somebody's clairvoyant or anything like that. Just they might have an intuitive way about them. I feel like you're listening, but you may not be catching on to what they're telling you. Because you got the Page of Fire. Nope. Swords. Angels or swords. You're listening, you're hearing, but you're like, I guess, maybe. I'll worry about that if I need to later. Which is fine. It's a rational response. But I feel like somebody's trying to warn you. Like, they seem to know where this is going. It's like, where they currently are, they know where it's going to end up for you. They just, and they like you. But you know what you want. And you're heading towards it. And there's nothing wrong with that. If this reading starts to hit, the point is to prepare you for what's coming so you can make it the best you can make it for yourself. It's not really meant to change your mind. It's meant to arm you with more of what could be coming so you can hold on to what you actually want and not be held down with what you don't. That's where this is going, just in case it sounds weird. Because I feel like this kind of has a weird twinge to it, like you're trying to convince me to not doing something. I don't think that's where we're going. Because I feel like you've been thinking about wherever you're going for a while. You might have been planning it out for a while. And it feels like I've waited too long. And maybe that's how you're feeling about the situation. Like, I've waited too long. I feel like my opportunity is getting... Like, the window for my opportunity is getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. And I feel like if I wait too long, it's just not going to be there anymore. At least not the way that I want it. So I kind of feel like I'm ready to move forward. And I'm like, if I'm going to do it, I need to do it soon. If I'm going to ever do it. Nothing wrong with that. I also feel like you're ready to move forward. The Ace of Hearts is the Ace of Cups. The Three of Stars is the Three of Wands. Moving forward to what you want. You are going forward for this. There's nothing wrong with this. But I kept getting that Five of Cups in the background, but I see where it's going to, just to be fair. I do see where it's going. This is meant to help align this so that not only you can have what you want, because I wouldn't give up on this Ace of Cups. I feel like if I was the person, like, I want that Ace of Cups, it would take a lot to convince me otherwise, and not for nothing, if it's an Ace of Cups, instead of convincing me not to have it, I'd rather find a better way to not only have it, but have it the way I want it and keep it. And hopefully this is where this reading is going. Because I see you going forward and getting what you want. Going forward, not letting somebody else deter you. Nor do I think you should. Nor do I think you should. Now, when it starts, you got the Seven of Pentacles, and you got the Empress upside down. You got to plan for the long haul. You can have what you want, but the point here that they're trying to tell you, they're not trying to deter you. They're saying plan for the harsh winter, basically. Plan for the harsh winter. That's all they're saying. They're not saying don't go up there because it gets really cold and nasty. They're saying go ahead, do what you got to do, because on the other side of that mountain is your beautiful time that you want. But plan for that harsh winter and realize that once it goes, you'll have a summertime, but after the summer passes, the harsh winter will return. Just make sure you plan for it. If you plan for it, you can enjoy your success and keep it. If you don't, it could lead to dire consequences. Because I see you starting, but I get the Empress upside down with the Seven of Pentacles telling me you're not planning as well as you should. And I understand it may not be enjoyable to plan it, but the point is plan so you can keep your Ace of Cups. This is the Ace of Cups. As I say, Ace of Angels, Ace of Hearts. This is that moment you want to keep. Because when you start, you're going to be like, I'm having too much fun, I can plan later, I can stockpile things later, I can do it later, I can do it later, I can do it later. Later's going to happen before you know it, and by the time later shows up, it's going to be really harsh on you. And you may have to give up on something you don't want to. They're giving you this with Autumn is my last chance and a Clockwork Pumpkin. These are both kind of autumn flavors here. A wonderful idea, the aha moment, and please don't lose hope. You can have this. So, if you wait till that last minute, there will be that last shot where you can finally pull it together for the winter time. But this is the difference I'm getting. If you plan now, when you start this off, you can enjoy the winter with a cozy fire and food that you enjoy. You may be stuck in the same spot. You may not really care for that, but at least you'll have the amenities to keep you entertained and keep you happy with sustenance, can't spit it out, food, and entertainment, and a cozy place to live. If you wait till the last second, you're going to be in a cold little drafty shack. You'll live, you'll get through there, but you're going to be eating bread and ramen noodles, which may be okay for a couple days, but you're not going to want to do that for months on end. I'm just saying. That's the difference. You don't have to learn this the hard way. You don't have to. Because what will happen is next year when this plays out, there'll be more anxiety that kicks in. You'll realize you need to do it, and one of two things will happen. You'll either play it out the same way again, or you'll be like, oh, I don't want that to happen again, so you'll play it differently next year. You don't have to do it the harsh way. You don't have to. That's what they're saying. That's what the point of this is. Because I get that you're a very self-sufficient, and if you decide you're going to do something a certain way, you will do it. Nobody's going to tell you otherwise. The only person that can save you is you. You know that. I feel like Aries knows that better than anybody else. I don't know if I'm jaded. I might be. The Tower card, the Six of Pentacles, yeah, and then the Four of Cups. The way you're naturally going, you're going to hit this moment where you might have to get help from other people. You might have to balance this out a way you didn't really want to. You'll make it through it, but I feel like it's going to be more harsh than you realized. It almost makes me feel like I'll have a place to stay for the winter, but it's like staying with a friend or relative that you really don't want to be with constantly. So it's like if you're staying with a friend, it's like somebody you like to see once in a while, not constantly, but then you have to live with them, and part of them kind of gets on your nerves. Or living with maybe a parent or a relative that like completely drives your bonkers but will not let you die out in the cold. It could end up like that. What does this one say? Carnivorous Flower Fairy. Carnivorous. Oh, I guess so. Tempting offer has a high price. If you don't plan this out, you're going to end up stuck with somebody through the winter that you really don't want to be. And I think of Aries as very honorable. Part of this you might end up owing them in a way that you don't want to, whatever that means for you. You may end up doing things for them or helping them out with things, or maybe even watch. Maybe they have kids, and maybe you're just not one that likes to watch kids. Kids are fine as long as they're not mine and they get to go home. But if you're living with this person and you're constantly watching their kids, it may become a draw on you very quickly. I feel like that's something to like say. Like, I know people, like, I don't mind kids. I like kids. I also like a break from kids. I don't have kids around me very often, so it's not that big of a deal for me. But if I had to have a child to raise, I feel like I would lose my mind. Kids are great, especially when somebody else takes them home. In a good way. In a good way. In a good way. Just in case somebody's breathing something into that. It doesn't have to go there. That's the whole point of this reading. I know I've said it like 50 times. It doesn't have to go to that harsh conclusion. If you plan ahead, you don't have to worry about it. If you plan ahead, even when you don't, especially when you don't want to, when this starts, plan ahead. You're not going to want to. You're definitely not going to want to. It's all about not having to deal with that on the other side. You'll make it through it. You won't like it. You won't like it. It's going to go for a few months, 3 or 4 months. You'll make it through it, but it didn't have to be that way. So this is not a reading to get you to change your mind to not get what you want. Definitely, get your Ace of Cups. Get your Ace of Cups and love it, but plan for it when it starts. Planning, as soon as it starts, as soon as that first furniture hit, as soon as that first foot hits the pavement on your road to success, plan for the winter times. And you'll be good. I think I've said all I can say about that. All right. Hopefully that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.